Welcome to the home of the Tulane Green Wave, Human Stadium in New Orleans, Louisiana. As we'll see a team from the American, the Navy Midshipmen, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Tulane Green Wave. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. Tulane will kick it off to get this game underway. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Mids offense will take the field first. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power, all those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well together.
Good pick up, a little bit short of the sticks. The Midshipmen come to the line facing third and short. They'll try to bully their way for the first. He's not even going to make it back to the line of scrimmage as the defense gets big-time penetration. Navy will have to punt it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. So Tulane's offense will take the field for the first time. It's often said quarterback is the most high-profile position in sports, and when you have a guy like this, how could it not be?
Yeah, he's the guy that the defense is going to be keying on. They've had all week long to watch film to get ready for him, but David, when you have his kind of athletic ability and his kind of arm talent, he is so difficult to stop.
Yeah, you can have all week, you can have all season. This guy is so dynamic at the quarterback spot. They trust him. They know what he brings to the table. This offense revolves around what he can do.
He picks up 4. That'll leave them with 3rd and 6. Trying to pick up a first down. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. A quick strike complete. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
There's a reason 3rd down is called the money down. What a great... by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at 3rd down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Back to pass. Unleashes it. On target to the left. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. This Tulane offense has a great drive going. Looking to throw on 1st down. Snagged in the middle. It's Hayes. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Offense in a bunch formation. Looking to pass inside the red zone. It's complete on the right side. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
This defensive coaching staff, they love their secondary, and they love the matchups they have. They believe they've got 5 guys at least back there that can cover one-on-one. You saw a great example of it there on 3rd down, forcing the incompletion.
Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Trying to do it on the ground. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. The Green Wave working with a fresh set of downs. Let's see if they keep it on the ground here. Quick pass on the fly motion. Touchdown, Tulane! And they have the first points of the game. They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And PAT makes it 7-0. That touchdown drive covered 61 yards. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And Navy will go back on the attack. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Guys, we have a second here to talk about Navy. Good pickup on the recruiting trail just last week. 3-star defensive back. A guy that could be a bit of a diamond in the rough, but that type of talent is what they need to build that secondary.
Man, yeah, and this is a program they're trying to build something. They're trying to climb to that next level, and this is how you do it. You get players that your school can go out and get, and now you let them play, start to develop, and turn into something great.
The pitch. Runs through a tackle. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long, so they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
The midshipman could get really aggressive here on 2nd and short. Wants to throw. It's Woodson. Under fire. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
And this has been a struggle for this offense, protecting their quarterback. It's priorities mission number 1, right? Every single game you go into. Last week, I think a lot of the reason they lost was because they gave up so many sacks and hits on their quarterback.
He'll be stopped right at the 43-yard line. It'll be 4th down. Now to see if they want to spin that wheel of fortune. Navy will have to punt it away. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. Off-play action on 1st down. Got it in the middle. It's Lewis. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the 1st down. Guys, the quarter comes to a close, and Tulane has the lead here. We put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. They've swapped into the field, and we're ready to go in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Wants to go up top on 1st down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. They go to the ground. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. The Green Wave trying to move the chains on 3rd and short. He wants to change this route. 3rd down play from the gun. Snares it outside. It's Hayes. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a 1st down. This Tulane offense has a great drive going. Looking to throw on 1st down. Finds his man. It's Preston. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. New set of downs after the completion. They'll throw it from the red zone. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. He'll keep it himself. Short gain on the play before he slides.
They go with the option. Quarterback keeps it himself. And look, we've seen this guy on tape, guys, break these tackles and take it the distance. This offense should keep dialing up these option plays. Don't let that short gain by the QB prevent you from running this scheme in your playbook.
And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. He'll line it up from 34 yards out. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And now the lead is even bigger.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
And here comes the Navy offense. They really need to find a way to generate some kind of offense down 10-0. Scanning the field, it's Woodson. Oh, they're after him. Finding open areas. Crosses the 40.
Man-to-man coverage is a great opportunity for scrambling quarterbacks to take off and run because everybody on defense who's covering has their backs turned to the quarterback, obviously, because they're chasing an intended receiver or target. So good job that time by the quarterback knowing I've got man coverage. If it's not open, I can take off and go make something positive happen.
Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. Gets the back moving, sticks it in his belly, fights off a defender.
Those fullbacks are grown men. Those guys are constantly hitting linebackers and blocking the whole entire game. So when you get a chance to give the big boy the ball, it's always, and you know what it is? It's a morale boost for everybody in the whole field.
Breaks into the open. Touchdown, Navy! Excellent pass by the back on the option.
The running back is going to get the long touchdown run in the stats, but the option was run beautifully. How about the timing down the line of scrimmage? A perfect pitch, and the running back takes it and does the rest. That's why this offense is hard to stop. So many options on so many plays.
And with the extra point, the lead is cut to 3. It's 10-7. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And that was a scintillating way to finish that one, a 44-yard touchdown run. On the run from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. The give on the inside. Makes a man miss. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Quickly out to the tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. The Green Wave with plenty of options here on 2nd and short. Caught in the backfield, it's Hayes. And he was able to run through a tackle, and they finally get him, but not until he picks up the 1st down. Here comes Tulane after picking up the 1st down. Lost a throw on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man all by himself. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. They keep count of their number of explosive plays, and that last one has them set up 1st and 10 at the 19. Power football with the run. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. Bringing the heat. It's caught. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Offside, defense.
So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. Tulane with an opportunity on 1st and goal. He's looking to throw. And it's a touchdown. It is also a play in which there is a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Maybe a momentary scare for that offense when they saw the flag. It's on the defense, declined, and the touchdown stands. The kick is up and good, and put 1 more on the lead. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Defense might bring the house here. Going to the running game. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. Navy quick to the line. Back to throw, it's Woodson. Here comes the heat. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Navy will have to punt it away. Return out to the 35-yard line before he stopped. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. They'll start this drive from their own 35-yard line. And they've found no answer so far. Already to the end zone twice, tacked on a field goal, and now back for more.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
The throw. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. Tulane lines up on 3rd and short. Looking to throw for it. Catch in the middle, it's Hayes. They bring him down, but it'll be 1st down at the 42. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on 1st down. Pulls it in, it's Preston. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime.
Right, 2nd quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success, stringing some 1st downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just inside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 19. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Deep shot for the end zone. Fires into traffic, picked off.
When you get in the red zone, you can see as a defense, you get into your drops really quickly and you get your eyes on the quarterback and you try to read his eyes and break on the football. It's such tight windows to throw in. Great job by the defender breaking on the ball, creating the interception.
That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in New Orleans for a fun first half than you? And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed. He simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double-team him or get aggressive at the line, that'll be the story of this second half. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas inside Yulman Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. Navy will kick it deep to get the second half underway. And he takes this from inside the 5. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Oh, what vision. And there he goes. They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
You know, we just went to half and we drew up all these adjustments and things we got to do differently to take advantage. How about the special teams coming out to start the second half and setting the tone, taking the kick all the way back for 6. You don't draw it up any better than that.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. They keep it on the ground to open the third. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
And I kind of like back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Looking for a crease. It's Leonard. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
And coming out in the second half, this offense, they needed to establish this run game. They needed to get something going. They're losing. They've got to find a way to get a flow, to get a rhythm. And so far here to start this second half, defense picking up where it left off.
He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. Navy will have to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. He'll take it on the return. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller, and that's what happens down near the goal line, David. For this quarterback here, just take accountability and ownership and come out here and lead your offense.
And move on. Like, we needed points. That's something that we can harp on. We'll watch the tape this week, but now it's time to move on. Let's get another drive going.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm.
There he goes. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
The give out of the gun. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Rides the back on the option, the give. Picked up maybe a yard. It's down at the 16.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Grabbed in the middle, it's Hayes. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost, trying to defend their own end zone. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Wants to go up top. Looking for the score. Can't make the grab as he was going. 6 right there. We've got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth a chance to have another look. Might have to give that coach a flag and a whistle. He was right on in his view of the play, and the officials agree and overturn the call. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is good. What a return that one was. 95 yards. He took it back for 6. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Fielded in the end zone, it's Leonard. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. And Navy will go back on the attack. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
Oh, he's got some space. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
And that's exactly how you draw it up. And that's why the option's so hard to stop. QB, man, draw the defense in. Look at me. I'm the first option. Bam. Next thing you know, he pitches it, gets a positive gain down the field.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Sends it back in motion. Dropping back, it's Woodson. Pocket breaking down. Unleashes one. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this, and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
The midshipman trying to sail way forward on 3rd and half a mile.
Encroachment defense.
Contact in the neutral zone leads to that penalty. Good news for the offense. After the penalty, they'll snap it on 3rd and 7. He'll set up to throw. Makes the grab. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down. Navy is clicking on all cylinders right now. On the option. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And playing the option, man, consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
Well, this guy's a weapon, throwing it and running it, and you know he's going to try to hurt this defense with his legs.
It puts so much stress on the defensive line to chase him and the fact that the play is extended so long.
Yeah, if they've got a spy defensively, if someone's athletic enough to run with this guy, that's going to be maybe a sound move moving forward schematically.
One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Defense looks as if it's coming. Give to the big fullback. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
On the play.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Back in motion, trying to clear the picture. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose a yard.
Yeah, this offense, man, they just continue to struggle. And they need to find something that they do really, really well. And running the football late in the 4th quarter when you're getting beat by a good bit, that's probably not it. This offense needs to hit the gas, and they need to pitch and catch a little bit and throw the football around.
He gets it to the 34-yard line, but excellent 3rd down defense, and 4th down's coming up. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Got his man downfield. Touchdown, midshipman. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Play the analytics here, and you go for 2. Dropping back, it's Woodson. He's got it, so they convert the 2 and keep just a flicker of hope alive, down 2 possessions. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. They'll leave it with him. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
They corral him out of bounds, mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going. The give to the back.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Caught behind the line. It's Reed. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. The Green Wave lines up mere inches away from converting on 3rd down. To the ground to try to pick up the first. Turning it on. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. They'll give it to him again. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks with the first down. Tulane didn't start this drive with very good field position, but now they've got a chance to operate. He's got it. Touchdown, Green Wave. And the pummeling has started. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the 4th quarter as they go for their 6th straight win.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
And here comes the Navy offense. Motion from the back. To the air, it's Woodson. Takes a hit as he fires. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down, 2nd down coming.
Man, do I love being a defensive lineman in games like today when you know you got to go get the quarterback. Like they're down on the other side, they have to throw the football. Only chance they have to get back in, I'm playing the pass every time, pinning my ears back and going to get the quarterback.
Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the 1st down.
Well, the defense just had to chase that guy down and make a tackle after a long run, and no chance to substitute. They got to get the play call in because the offense is trying to go fast.
He'll pull it down. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Navy quick to the line. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Back open in the middle. And it is a good idea to gang tackle. 1st guy couldn't get him. 2nd guy finally did.
And the offense showing off the short passing game, moving the sticks. Nice job, and look at them. They're right on the football, ready to capitalize on this momentum.
Looking to throw on 1st down. There's the pressure. Breaks into the open.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the first down, keep this drive rolling.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
Looking to throw, it's Woodson. He wants it all. Got a hand on it nicely and broke it up in the end zone.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing if they stop the pass, they win the game, and they have done that. Their guys have won one-on-one on islands. They've been able to get to the quarterback. They've been mixing up their looks. They haven't even allowed 100 yards passing in this one, and that's why they are way ahead here in the fourth quarter.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. Desperately wanted to convert on fourth down, but couldn't do it. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now, but we'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. So now it's second and long. Makes the grab. It's Hayes. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
You can tell this quarterback did his homework coming into this game. He has been dissecting this defense with his arm and his mind. Over 300 yards passing right now.
And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball. Oops, someone moved just a bit early, and the offense is going to pick up a penalty.
False start off offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Line getting set on second down. Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon.
Encroachment defense.
Defense couldn't quite hold its water, and it'll be 5 free yards for the O. The defense really hurt itself with that penalty. Now it's 2nd and 8. Jumped the gun just a bit, and we've got a false start.
False start off offense.
And the offense will take the penalty, move the ball forward, and save the down. Let's see what they've got on second down. Out of the gun, the inside give. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Tulane now facing 3rd and forever. The give to the left. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. And here comes the punt team.
Number 38 on to kick it away.
Business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always pretty. You don't always do everything you want to do or check all the boxes. But at the end of the game, Jesse, you want that W.
No doubt about it. They made the plays they needed to make in order to get this win. I thought the quarterback showed tremendous poise, good leadership throughout the course of the game. Defense made stops when they had to make them. So, right, there were some things that were going to need to clean up moving forward, but ultimately they were the better team today.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.